The Himalayas present a sheer, vertical wall of ice and rock that defies human survival. Until 1953, the highest point on Earth remained beyond the reach of human footprints. Colonel John Hunt organized the British expedition on a massive scale, assembling a logistical train and 11 experienced climbers chosen for their specialized skills. Success rested on a specific partnership, pairing a climber from New Zealand with a local guide who knew the terrain intimately. Tenzing Norgay brought the expertise of a Sherpa from India, possessing an intimate knowledge of the region's high-altitude environment. Edmund provided the technical experience and physical power necessary for the final, brutal push toward the top. These two men were the result of months of strategic planning, designed to overcome a mountain that had defeated every previous attempt. On May 26th, Hunt sent the first team of Tom Bourdillon and Charles Evans to make the opening attempt. The ascent path snakes up from the Khumbu Glacier, following the natural contours of the ice toward the high summit. Bourdillon and Evans fought their way to within 300 feet of the peak, the closest any human had ever come. But high-altitude weather is unpredictable. Faced with freezing winds and dropping visibility, they were forced to turn back, shifting the weight of the mission to the second team. The summit exists as a razor-thin window of opportunity, one that the environment can close at any moment. At 4 a.m. on May 29th, the temperature at the high camp was cold enough to halt the expedition before it even began. Hillary found his boots frozen solid, requiring 2 grueling hours of defrosting over a small stove just to make them wearable. They finally departed at 6:30 a.m. and soon reached a mere vertical rock face. Hillary found a way to scale the obstacle, a passage now known as Hillary's Step. Even while resting, the conditions were punishing. Success required total reliance on their oxygen gear and absolute trust in one another. At 11:30 a.m., after 5 hours of constant climbing, Hillary and Norgay reached the highest point on the planet. Hillary reached out to shake hands, but Norgay responded with a hug. Low oxygen supplies limited their stay to just 15 minutes of photographs and celebration. Before they left, Norgay buried a small offering of food in the snow, a symbolic tribute to the gods of the Maman. Their victory was the result of overcoming mechanical failures, like frozen gear, and navigating physical obstacles, like the vertical rock face. By reaching the peak, Hillary and Norgay proved the mountain was attainable, paving the way for generations of climbers to test themselves against the same slopes. Decades later, the summit drew new record breakers. In 2000, Anna Czerwinska reached the peak at age 50, becoming the oldest woman to complete the climb. By 2011, 16-year-old Arjun Vajpai became the youngest Indian to reach the top. The legacy of the climb is written in its details. Success required an expedition that could reach the summit only after it encountered and overcame every delay, including the basic necessity of defrosting gear. To document these people, places, and things, like Edmund, India, or the boots they wore, we use nouns to classify every piece of the history. The physical peak of Everest remains unchanged, but Hillary and Norgay transformed it from an impossible barrier